Hi everybody, it's Sam and I'm back with your weekly missions. This week, our missions from missionmonday.com all have to do with secondhand compliments. And I'll explain what that means. To me, secondhand compliments are kind of like the anti-gossip. You know what gossip is? When you get that information secondhand, I heard that he said this about her, and it's usually not something very positive, it's usually pretty negative. We don't want to combat that with secondhand compliments. So here's what I mean by that. We'll start with parents. Parent, your mission this week, what I would like you to do is pick somebody that's important to you in your child's life. Maybe it's a friend that your child has that you really appreciate. It might be a mentor, it could be a teacher at school, it could be a family member they've really bonded with outside your immediate family. And compliment that person to your child. Say, hey, I love it when you have Ross come over. Ross seems like he's a really good friend. You guys play really well together. He's always so polite and he makes me laugh. You're going to give that compliment about Ross to your child, and then maybe Ross will hear it secondhand, and plus your child kind of gets validated and picking really awesome friends. What I would like teachers to do is compliment another teacher your students have to your students. So if they're headed down to music class, I want you to compliment that music teacher. Say, oh man, you guys are going to have a riot in music class. It's going to be so good. I know that your music teacher always does this. That's why he's so good, and why I'm so happy that you get to have him as your music teacher. What I would like students to do, students go ahead and compliment another student secondhand. So if you see another student in the hallway and say, hey, aren't you friends with Betty? Yeah, we're really good friends. Boy, she seems like a good friend. She always treats you really well, and she always works harder on her homework. All these things are different ways that we can plant seeds of secondhand compliments that are going to make it back to those people. So instead of having gossip, we will plant something positive that gets spread throughout the school. Volunteers, it's kind of hard for you to do secondhand compliments. If you would just come into schools and look for a reason to give students positive acknowledgement and compliments on their behavior, whether it's walking quietly in the hallway or picking up a piece of trash or giving you a big good handshake when you get there, any of those things would be great. Other stuff. Excuse my cough. I've still been kind of sick. I mentioned last week that Mark and I think I mentioned this a few times, we're going to be we're going to be speaking at the National Conference on School Discipline in Las Vegas this summer. I think their website is sdiscipline.com, but you can also find it on missionmonday.com. We will be speaking at both the pre-conference and the conference. So we will have two sessions at pre-conference and another one at the regular conference as well. So I think it might be a good trip for you. You should look into it. Another thing, I mentioned this last week, if there's any place else you think Mark and I should go, don't be afraid to let us know about it. Don't be afraid to let the people that run the show at those conferences and shoot them an email and say, hey, have you checked out these two guys, and refer them to our website. As always, mission_Monday, that's our Twitter. You can hashtag that stuff at Mission Monday, the hashtag in front of it, if you know how to use that. Also, YouTube, our videos there. Mission Monday video is where you can find all those, and you can, of course, find us on Facebook. Please use those things, use those social media, like, retweet, share, all that stuff. The more people we can get the message out to, the happier we are, and the better we think this world will be. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.